Hello everybody, this is Somnia Stellarum, back for another episode of Let's Chat. So we're going to be derping around again, kind of moving around in this world, this version 1.9 of Minecraft, and we're just going to be chatting a bit. So let's start heading out somewhere. I see a creeper down there. I kind of want to just go and kind of take care of him. Pick up the bones. And we'll go take care of some business. Make sure there's nobody kind of up above me. That's kind of cool. It's cool that I made a little fence post so that I could find my way back. Okay, where did that creeper go? He disappeared on me. I'm still gonna find him and find out he's in like the worst possible spot. You over here, Mr. Creeper? How about over here? Are you over here, Mr. Creeper? Nope, I completely lost him. There's some horsies. Some horses over there. But I lost Mr. Creeper. Okay, let's head over into this forest, and I am going to chop some wood down. So let's just get myself a little bit of a crafting bench going here. And we'll get some of these. And we'll make ourselves an axe with which to chop. Because that's what you do with axes, right? I'm asking, right? That's what you do with axes. Okay, so let's grab that and let's head over here. So what is our topic going to be today? So I've definitely enjoyed doing these Let's Chats. So what I would like to, well, actually, maybe for the future, what I would like to have is people to suggest topics to me. So I want to kind of do topics that people find interesting and relevant. So I would love to sort of sit and chat with you guys about all kinds of topics. Whatever you guys think I would be kind of interesting to talk about, just let me know, and I'll have a go at it. Whether it's something that I know a lot about or something I know very, very little about, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I can form an opinion on almost anything. So just let me know what you guys want to hear, and I'll certainly look into it. And I'll make myself informed about it. I won't just like kind of chat for like with nothing to say. Like I'll form an opinion about it. But I will be able to figure out a way to chat about almost any topic that you guys want. So with that said, for today's episode, I've kind of decided a little bit about what I want to talk about. So what I want to talk about is, first off, the future of my channel, and what I plan on doing with it, what kind of got me into doing this Let's Play series, or these Let's Play series. So I've talked a lot about what it's like being a content creator, or what the future of content creation is, and that's a big reason why I got into doing what I'm doing, because I really enjoyed sorry about that. I really enjoyed the connection that YouTubers have with their audience. So that was something that I found really refreshing compared to TV, or different stuff like that, or different other types of celebrities, not YouTube celebrities. I found that YouTube celebrities are actually very, very kind of connected with their fans. So that's one thing that kind of got me into it. And the other thing is I kind of wanted to, well, I want to talk about stuff that interests me. So obviously gaming interests me, Minecraft interests me. Another thing that interests me a lot is space. So that's space exploration. I really enjoy the game Kerbal Space Program. I've got a couple of videos up on my channel about Kerbal Space Program, and I do plan on getting back into it. I'm kind of looking around at different mods that I can use in Kerbal Space Program, and I'll probably go with like a little bit of a modded sort of environment there, and do some cool stuff there. And well, the other thing about space is I'm actually very, very interested in space just by itself. I've kind of gotten into, well, I'm an engineer by trade. I went to engineering school, like I graduated and all that. And I wanted to get into engineering basically because I wanted to do something that would be somewhat related to space. And I ended up taking some classes that were like spacey type stuff. So I did some like spacecraft dynamics and like all sorts of cool stuff like that. So that was really cool, and I really enjoyed doing that. Um, but so I've always kind of had that interest, and I want to kind of share it. So that's another thing that I wanted to share with this YouTube channel. So and then another thing that I've always kind of developed an interest for is just history in general. So um, learning about the Civil War, or learning about the Byzantines, or whatever it may be. Like there's all kinds of really interesting stories throughout history, and I've always found it really, really fascinating to kind of hear those stories, kind of put them in context, and like what was going on around it, what happened 10 years before that, or 100 years before that. So like one thing you can look at is the First World War right now. That was almost exactly 100 years, or 100 years ago to this day. The First World War was kind of raging right at this moment, and so it's very interesting. Can I get that one? Yeah, I can. Okay. So it's really interesting that you can kind of look back exactly 100 years ago, and that's when the Civil War was going, or not the Civil War. Sorry, not the Civil War. The First World War. And if you look 100 years before that, we were actually had just come out of all of the Napoleonic Wars. So if you look at the way the First World War kind of played out right at the beginning, um, it actually parallels a lot of the lessons that people learned from the Napoleonic Wars. So how to organize your armies and like all that sort of stuff. We learned that a lot of European countries learned that throughout the Napoleonic Wars, and kind of had some lessons in that by Napoleon. And So they developed a certain way of thinking, and then they started to apply that to the First World War. And of course, that led to just like a tremendous amount of lives lost, because they just didn't know how to adapt to sort of like the new modern war that emerged during the First World War. Um, so stuff like that, learning about how people were thinking at the time and why they made the decisions that they made, and kind of seeing how those played out. I always found that interesting, and I find it. I was always curious about these sorts of questions, because if we're ever faced with similar questions in our lifetime, I want to be equipped enough to handle those questions. And learning about history is the fastest way to not repeat the same mistakes. So to not repeat the same mistakes of the First World War, or even the Second World War, um, or the Napoleonic Wars, or whatever misdeeds in history you could find. So that's what inspired me to start this channel, was my curiosity in the stuff that interests me, whether that's space, or whether that's history, or just content creation, and thinking about the future. And that's kind of where it all comes together. Is I want to try to present some information to you guys about what I think the future is going to hold, and really try to think about it in a different way, and really consider how really try to consider how we go about what we do in our daily lives and in the channels, the channels that we create, the content that we create, and really try to find an optimistic way of thinking about stuff. So I'm just going to dig down here. So that's kind of what got me into starting this whole channel. Was trying to inspire people to think creatively. So, and if we look at something like space exploration, I want to talk a bit more about space exploration because my interests are kind of very, very broad, and you can have stuff like space exploration as an interest, while also having stuff like history as an interest. So when it comes to my channel, you're going to kind of see a little bit of a theme emerging over the next little while. And that's going to be trying to inspire creativity, trying to inspire people thinking about the future, and trying to do this all very kind of positively. So I'm going to be certainly asking questions. I'm going to ask you guys to give me topics to talk about in these Let's Chats. And that's the type of stuff that I want to talk about. So let's just head over here. Hello. We have some iron. I think this is the first iron on this series. I haven't really looked around. On only one piece of iron, really? Well, yeah, I guess so. Okay, so, well, first off, okay, let's talk about history and my love for history. So how I'm going to translate that into this channel is one of my favorite games, actually, is Total War games. These are just fantastic games. They let you kind of command these massive armies, and they're really interesting in the tactics that they make you use. And so I've always really loved strategy games, and Total War really kind of fit the bill of the stuff that I really love. I love real-time strategy especially, but I always found something like StarCraft or Age of Empires. They were good. Don't get me wrong. They're not bad, but they're not quite the same as Total War. If you look at Total War games, they're almost like on another level. They let you command entire armies, and it's just something you don't get in real-time strategy or other real-time strategy games. So that's sort of the pinnacle of what I would like to be doing as far as heard a zombie there. Sorry. So that's kind of the one of the things that I would really love to be doing, and so that's something you'll be able to see me working on. Oh, yep, I saw that coming. I was trying to back up, and I just had nowhere to go. So let's go ahead and make our way up here. Because I wanted to... Ooh, hello. Ow. Oh, no! My first death on this server. Okay. Okay. Alright, world. You got me. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna grab that. Have any more food? I'm gonna grab the food. We probably need... I didn't even dump anything out here. Are you kidding me? Okay, let's grab some coal. Grab that much. Let's head down there. Let's try to get our stuff back. I really need some armor. That's why I needed to get some iron down there. Okay, so while I'm hunting this skeleton, hopefully he doesn't kill me again. While I'm hunting him, one thing that I want to do on my channel is do some not down there. Okay, so one thing I want to do is some Total War Let's Plays. So I'm really looking forward to doing some of these. Let's just put that there, up there. Aha! Okay. Let's just block that off. Okay, so what I want to do with my channel is I want to continue doing the games that I've been kind of doing so far. So Minecraft, and a couple different games like that. Kerbal Space Program's another that I want to keep going on. And I also want to start doing some. Where is that zombie? Is he down there? Oh, there he is. Just gonna block him in. Okay, so I do want to do some Total War games. So those are something that's really going to be sort of fascinating for me, and interesting to do and commentate. So that's one thing I really want to get going on. And then another thing that I want to do is keep going with Kerbal Space Program. So space exploration is really one thing that I'm really, really interested in. Okay, so one thing that really gets me excited or interested is, well, let me see if I can remember this. I want to build a shield. So I think it's the wool. Not how it goes. Or is it? Hold on, let me look up the recipe here for just a quick second. I completely forgot how to make this. I've only ever made it once, I think, though. Ah, and then I chuck all the stuff. I chuck it all. Okay, so it's like this, with a piece of iron ingot there. Awesome. Okay, but now we can no longer... Well, I'll keep that there for now. There's more iron up there. There's some up there, too, actually. Ah! Where the heck was that? I have no idea where that hit came from. Oh, hello. Down there now. Okay, well, break this. hello. Come on, hit me. Hit me. I got a shield. Okay, hold on. Okay, I am about to die. So, I should probably eat. There we go. And I should probably get a better sword. I mean, might be smart. SMRT. Hey, you just took that piece of cobblestone. Okay, I got you guys. Okay, so like I was saying, on my channel, I want to continue doing sort of stuff that will get you guys interested. So that's going to start off with stuff like, oh, hello. Ah. I died, really? I thought you can't. Huh. Interesting. Well, now I've got a little bit of a problem. I don't think I have anything else I can use. I really should have brought some of that stuff back. Okay, well, let's run down there, and I'll just run in and grab some stuff and try to run out. Hopefully I don't die again. Because that would be embarrassing. Okay, so what am I going to be doing with my channel, though? That's kind of the big question. And don't worry, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep doing some Let's Plays, and I'm going to be doing a lot of fun stuff like that. But then I'm also going to be doing stuff like trying to get into Kerbal Space Program again. Oh, you're right there, aren't you? Jeez, how am I gonna... I can get you. I'm gonna hit you with a piece of zombie flesh. Your own zombie flesh. Okay, and I heard a spider. Okay, let's get that. Get the shield. I'm just gonna run. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, so that's gonna be the question then. What am I doing with my channel? And the long story is, I'm gonna keep going with the channel. I'm gonna try to do stuff that's that makes it that inspires people to create. That's really what I enjoy doing. So, and that's the way that I think I can do that is by talking about stuff that I really enjoy. So that's going to continue to be content creation, kind of the future of that. It's going to continue to be history and different lessons that we can learn from history and throughout history, and different stuff that we can learn about space exploration, the history or the history of that. I do know a lot about the history of space exploration, and I do want to share some of that stuff with you. And we can also talk about stuff like what the future of space exploration is. So that's one thing I do want to talk a little bit about. So space exploration is something that I'm very, very passionate about. Let me just get a whole bunch of these things put away. So it's something I'm very passionate about, and I think that in the next few years, space exploration is only going to get more important. And if you look at something like the movie The Martian, this week it came out, or last week it came out, and it did really well in the box office, and people were really excited about that. And I was excited about that. I went and saw the movie in the theaters, and it was a really great movie. I really, really enjoyed it, and I thought the science in the movie was actually very well kind of done, which is not always the case. There's some movies that might want to be kind of remain unnamed that are actually very, very bad for the science. And the movie The Martian was actually kind of fantastic for the science. Like it did that really, really well. There's a couple like little minor things, but really in the grand scheme of things, it was really, really well done. So I highly recommend it. If anybody wants to go see a great space exploration movie, go see The Martian. It is phenomenal. It's really like impressive. So that's one thing I can definitely highly recommend. And I mean, the future of space exploration is really, really interesting because are we going to go? Are we going to Mars? Are we going to go and settle on Mars? There's lots of people who would say that at some point we're going to have to settle on Mars because there's really uh, if we don't settle on Mars, then we're not going to be able um, to continue as a species on Earth. So it's something we've got to consider because um, there's some interesting questions there, and it's really kind of interesting to think about living on Mars or living on the moon or all this sort of stuff. And I'm definitely somebody who would say, yes, we need to settle on the moon or Mars or something because um, I think it is kind of the future of humanity is we want to kind of continue exploring and to go to other worlds and see new places and that sort of thing. So I'm really kind of curious what you guys think. I am definitely like a Mars enthusiast. I have a game on my channel called Soul Zero, which is all about starting a colony on Mars. I'm a science fiction writer, so I want to write some stories about kind of like The Martian, about colonizing Mars or colonizing Venus. One thing that I really I heard about a while back was we can actually send some rockets to Venus, and you can actually have them float in the atmosphere, and they would float kind of high up in the atmosphere. So like down on the ground, it's like super hot and it can melt lead, and it's not hospitable to humans, and it's actually the pressure more than anything else that's not hospitable to humans. So that's kind of cool. Okay, there's a little zombie. There's a little baby zombie. He's chasing me. I heard him. I heard him. Where is he? heard him. He was like right behind me. Okay, let's go inside. Go inside. I've died too many times this episode. Okay, so yeah, so they the plan is for this mission to Jupiter is to basically go into the atmosphere, and when you get into the atmosphere, um, you sort of fill up your rocket tanks with air, and with that, it'll actually float up about 50 kilometers up in the air. And yeah, so it's a really cool idea. These floating cities in Venus. So I think that's a really cool idea, and I think a lot of the space exploration stuff is really cool. Um, and you can see even my Minecraft skin. I've kind of got like the little stars on my shirt. That's supposed to be stars. I'm not a very good graphic designer, but that's supposed to be stars. It's kind of like the Van Gogh Starry Night sort of thing. Was the theme I was going for. So as you can see, I'm very interested in space. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about space, about Mars, about SpaceX, about Elon Musk, like all that sort of stuff. I love talking about that stuff. So just let me know what you guys would want to hear about that. If you guys have any questions, if you have any thoughts about any of it, if you think there's something that we should be doing that we're not, going to Mars, going to Jupiter, or Europa is a big thing actually right now because they want to study the ice of Europa and they think there might be life there. And there's that star that uh, made headlines a little while back because it dimmed quite a bit, and there's some kind of speculation that it could be aliens. It's more than likely not, but it's interesting to think about. So I'll leave you guys with that. I'm going to leave you guys on an inspirational note. So let me know what you guys think about all these sorts of topics, and maybe next time I'll get to some of your comments and questions, and I'll try to answer some of them or just talk about them. So I hope to hear lots of comments or lots of feedback in the comments and hear what you guys have to say, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Okay? See you guys later.